What's up everyone? Welcome back to episode 10 of our MotoGP 25 career mode. Today we're racing under the spectacular floodlights of the Qatar Grand Prix, and the challenge has just become even crazier. We're starting from P26, dead last on the grid. 25 riders stand between us and victory. Can we fight through the entire field and make it another unforgettable comeback? There's only one way to find out. Let's get this race underway. You know what's funny? At this point, the riders on the grid probably don't even celebrate qualifying anymore. Imagine taking pole position, then looking all the way to the last row and thinking, oh no, he's here again. Every weekend it's the same story. They spend qualifying trying to start at the front. I apparently spend qualifying making sure I get the best parking spot on the circuit, dead last. P26. Front row? Never heard of it. Honestly, I think the riders ahead should start introducing themselves before the race. I'm going to meet every single one of them anyway. Moto 2 bikes are a completely different animal compared to Moto 3. They're heavier, more powerful, and demand a much smoother riding style. You have to be patient on corner exits, manage the tires, and carry momentum without overworking the bike. That's what makes Moto 2 so enjoyable. The bikes are incredibly close in performance, which means the rider usually makes the biggest difference. No magical horsepower advantage, no miracle machine, just talent, consistency, and occasionally a little bit of controlled chaos. Speaking of chaos, starting P26 has officially become our personality. I don't even look at the front row anymore. I'm basically neighbors with the safety car. The other riders probably have a group chat at this point. Guys, he's starting last again. Perfect. Wait, why are you saying perfect? Because in 3 laps, he'll somehow be beside us. My race engineer has stopped giving motivational speeches. He just says, see you on the podium, confidence level, maximum. Imagine explaining this to your team. So, how did he beat you? Well, he started last. Last? Yeah, as in 26th. We're deleting the data. Honestly, if I ever qualify on pole, I might get lost. I've spent so much time on the last row that it feels like home. Anyway, enough talking. 25 riders ahead, 1 target, first place.
As the riders return to the pits, let's take a look at the final results of this Moto2 race. We're heading to the Parc Fermé with the live coverage where the 3 podium finishers have just arrived. The winner is over the moon and quite rightly indulging in a few celebrations with his team.